So I have to ask you this question because I'm quite curious about how do you react if someone like, you know, this fan call you Samantha?
I think it's a great compliment. First of all, I love Samantha so much, and I have played her for a very long time. I don't think there's ever been a character that has been as free as Samantha. And usually when a woman is this free, there's some kind of penance, there's some kind of punishment involved. And there never has been for her. I think that she makes and encourages women. I think she makes them think about things possibly in a different way as far as choice, what they want, what they don't want. And I think that all four characters have really, in their own individual ways, brought women together. And I think that's a very powerful thing.
Of course, lots of women can actually, of course, relate to all these characters. I'm sure every woman is actually all these four women together.
I totally agree with you. I've always thought that the four women together make up one complete woman.
Perfect. That would be great.
It's true, because you can have a morning very much like Miranda and an afternoon like Charlotte and question things like Carrie and hopefully have an evening like Samantha.
Yeah, that would be the dream for everybody. Yes. Let's go like let's get a bit more, you know, hot in the sense of the heat of the desert. That kind of heat.
Especially when you're going through menopause, which Samantha is in the movie.
It's so hilarious, you know, what she feels and what actually she tells, you know, of course, in the film. But how was it like? Because, you know, the idea that we got of the desert is a little bit less glamorous than the idea that we see in the film.
Actually, I had no conception of what it would be like to be in the Sahara Desert on the back of a camel with Sarah. And it was one of the memories that I will cherish from this film, because there is no other job in the world where you could get to have this much fun and do the things that we have been able to do, not just in changing people's idea of sexuality, changing people's idea of women at certain ages, because now most of the other three girls are in their 40s, and Samantha's in her 50s, as I am. And people are thinking, oh, well, 50 is sexy, and wow, menopause is funny, and oh, wow, having children is difficult, but you can share it with each other, and relationships are hard, but they're also fun. And I think creating this idea of a new family where women are sticking together instead of not against each other is a very powerful thing. And I think that's why we've had fans from the very beginning, because people were waiting to hear a woman's point of view and to hear women speak honestly and openly about what was affecting their lives in today's society in a very truthful way, and also doing it with intelligence, hopefully, and humor.
Wow, è tutta al salute. Quante ne prendi? 44. Io seguo il programma Un chicco al giorno di riso soffiato. Le donne della nostra età non scherzano sulle vitamine. Oh, le donne che non sono della nostra età non dicono le donne della nostra età. Beh, un giorno molto presto mi ringrazierai. Io faccio strada nei meandri della menopausa, con le mie vitamine, i cerotti per dormire alla melatonina, la mia crema all'estrogeno bioidentico, la crema al progesterone, un tocco di testosterone. La donna che sussurrava gli ormoni. Infatti, ho convinto il mio corpo a credersi più giovane. Io ho convinto il mio corpo a credersi più sottile, col bustino. E vi assicuro, niente vampate, niente sbalzi d'umore, e le mie voglie sessuali sono esattamente come erano prima. Davvero? Non me ne ero accorta.
But if I would say, like, you know, you try to describe Sex and the City to someone who's got no idea, what would you say? What's Sex and the City for you?
Sex and the City is for very different women who live in Manhattan and are like family to each other. So it's them going through their lives and facing the things that regular women face, just wearing really nice clothes.
Yes, that's what we love.
Exactly.
Also, I know that you do, I mean, amazing things, you know, in Africa, and you help elephants, and you're a philanthropist. So you've actually got lots of, you know, background, not only the outside, the beautiful outside that we can see. So I'm quite curious to ask you something about what was the difference between your idea of the desert, of course, that you know quite well, and going there wearing high heels and, you know, these camels, and then you have to tell me how was it like falling off the camel?
Well, I had never been to northern Africa before we shot. I mostly go to sub-Saharan Africa, so that's more like the flat plains. So I'd never been in the sand dunes ever in life like that. And I wasn't wearing heels, thank goodness, because I did know that I was going to have to fall off the camel. So I had drawn the line with Pat that I was not going to wear heels to fall off the camel. So I'm wearing flip-flops. But even that, it's very challenging to walk in that sand. The scene where we walk over the dunes, which came out beautifully, was possibly the hardest thing that we did.
Really?
Yes, even harder than falling off the camel, I would say, because we were not allowed to look down, but yet our shoes were fighting with the sand. Sarah is wearing YSL like 6 inches. They're completely submerged. I was so worried about her. Kim has a hat on that is like blinders. She couldn't see me. I mean, she would like veer, like I had to like keep her over. It was a very challenging thing. And falling off the camel was a little scary, but it turned out well. I had a lot of men to catch me on the other side because camels are very, very tall. Wow. They're a lot taller than horses.